faith, and its interconnectedness with righteousness. As many Jewish theologians had previously taught, the Pharisaic rabbi and apostle Paul taught that people, both Jewish people and non-Jewish people, can only receive justification by Adonai's chesed through emunah. In Romans 3:24, Paul used the Greek word charite, which is the dative form of the Greek word charis, to refer to the Hebraic concept of chesed. It is the Hebraic concept of chesed that is the biblical concept of grace. Furthermore, it is the Hebraic concept of emunah that is being referred to by Paul, as well as by other writers of Holy Scriptures that are part of the Apostolic Scriptures, through the use of various forms, i.e., various cases, of the Greek word pistis, such as in Romans 3:22, 25, 26, 27, 28, and 30. Paul, as well as other writers of Holy Scriptures that are part of the Apostolic Scriptures, used various forms of the Greek word pistis, which can literally mean faithfulness, reliability, trust, confidence, faith, and more, many times to refer to the Hebraic concept of emunah, i.e., firmness, steadiness, steadfastness, fidelity, faithfulness, trust. Evidence of a linguistic connection between the Greek noun pistis and the Hebrew noun emunah is that in the Septuagint, forms of emunah in the Tanakh were translated into Greek 22 times using various forms of the Greek word pistis, and forms of emunah were translated into Greek using various forms of the Greek word pistis 4 times in 1st Maccabees, 5 times in 3rd Maccabees, and 3 times in 4th Maccabees. The Septuagint is a Greek translation of the Hebrew text of the Tanakh. The biblical text of the Septuagint has been widely accepted by many Jewish communities and by biblical scholars, both Jewish and non-Jewish, as being an accurate, authoritative biblical text. The Septuagint can be used as a guide to help one gain insight as to what Hebrew words underlie Greek words in apostolic scripture manuscripts, aka New Testament manuscripts. The English term Septuagint derives from the Latin word Septuaginta. The Latin word Septuaginta means 70. The Roman numeral that means 70 has long been an abbreviation for the Septuagint. The Septuagint was given the name Septuagint because of the Jewish tradition that it was 70 Jewish scholars who created the Septuagint by translating the Hebrew text of the Tanakh into Greek. The biblical evidence makes it very clear that the biblical concept of faith is the Hebraic concept of emunah. Therefore, the biblical concept of faith is rooted in the Hebrew language and Hebraic thought. The Hebrew word emunah is used in the Tanakh in various forms, at times in reference to people and at times in reference to Adonai. Furthermore, emunah is also used in the Tanakh in reference to the appointed times of Adonai, Leviticus 23:2, which have also been called the Feast of the Lord. The word emunah is first found in the Tanakh in Exodus 17:12. In that verse, emunah is used to refer to holding the hands of Moses steady. The authentic Hebrew name of Moses is Moshe. In Exodus 17:12, emunah only assumes the meaning of steady, firm, steadfast. Moreover, emunah has a greater depth of meaning in Psalms 37:3, Proverbs 12:22, 28:20, Jeremiah 5:3, 7:28, 9:2, and 2 Kings 2:26. In those verses, it means steady, firm, steadfast, faithful, trust, all at the same time, as it is used to refer to people's conduct. The stronger a person's relationship with God, the more firm, steady, steadfast, and faithful the person's covenantal spiritual relationship with Adonai is, and the stronger the person's trust in Adonai is. The biblical concept of emunah is intertwined with the Hebraic concept of tzedakah. The Hebraic concept of tzedakah is the concept of Adonai's right ways of living, i.e., Adonai's paths of righteousness, with the understanding that a person must have a relationship with Adonai, thus be a child of Adonai, for the person to be able to walk with Adonai in alignment with Adonai's right ways of living. It is the Hebraic concept of tzedakah that is the biblical concept of righteousness. Where there is true emunah, there is tzedakah. Where there is tzedakah, there is emunah. One cannot stand alone from the other. Where there is true emunah, there will be righteous acts, i.e., good works done while in right relationship with Adonai, present in the person's life. Where there is no tzedakah, there is no emunah, which is the message in Yaakov, aka James, Jacob, 2:14-26. A deficiency in emunah will always mean there is a deficiency in tzedakah, and the more emunah one has, the more tzedakah will be manifest in the person's life. In several verses in the Bible, the Hebrew noun and Hebraic concept of emunah is listed as being one of Adonai's attributes, or in other words, characteristics. In the Bible, emunah is closely associated with Adonai's chesed, tzedakah, and Yeshua, salvation.